like them native foes poking out the side. Jump my deuce up to the sky as I continue to swing real wide. Swing real wide. Swing real wide. Real wide.
So you want to become an expert at shooting dice? Well, this video is going to take you to that next level. So this is part 3 on how to shoot dice. If you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, I'm going to need you to go to my channel and watch those before continuing this video. Because without that information, it's going to be difficult for you to understand what I'm trying to teach you today. Alright, so this next lesson is about memorizing your point and memorizing your side bet numbers. If you forget your point, you can't count on opponents to remind you. If you continue to roll the dice after your point was already hit, you lose your money. That's called burnt dice. So let me show you what burnt dice looks like. So say I put my money up, Peter Panda matches me, we get to rolling. So that's a 5. So my point is a 5. Okay, so that's a 9. That's an 11, doesn't mean nothing. That's a 5. Since that's my point, I would have won, right? I'm supposed to pick up my money first. But say I didn't pick up my money first. Say I kept going and I forgot that my point was a 5 and I keep rolling. And I just keep rolling. That means I burnt dice. So this money automatically goes to Peter Panda because I burnt dice. And also, if you forget your point and you think it was another number than it actually was, and you touch the money to pick it up mistakenly thinking you won, you automatically lose your money. Now that's called burnt money. So let me show you what burnt money looks like. So say, okay, I put my money up, Gengar matches me. Alright, so let's get to rolling. Okay, that's an 8. So my point is an 8. So we know that my point is an 8. That's a 4. That's another 4. That's a 6. So say for example, I thought my point was a 6 and I reached for this money and my point was not a 6. We know it was an 8. Then that means I lose all this money because I reached for the money. I burnt money. So I burnt money. That's called burnt money. And you lose this money because you did not hit your point, so you have no business grabbing for the money. So if you burn dice or you burnt money, both of these situations you will keep the dice, but you will lose the money. So be careful. And these rules also apply to side bets as well. So make sure you keep track of all your side bet numbers. So don't go burning dice and don't go burning money on side bets. That's why I tell you to limit your side bets so it's easier to remember all these numbers during the game. And another thing, if you're not the shooter, you can also burn money. So let me show you what it's like to burn money when you're not the shooter. So say I am the shooter, right? I put $20 up, Tommy matches me, we get to rolling. So that's a 10. So my point is a 10. That's a 6. So we keep going. That doesn't mean nothing. That's a 4. Doesn't mean nothing. That's a 9. Doesn't mean nothing. That's another 9. Doesn't mean anything. That's a 5. But say for example, that is a 5. But maybe Tommy thought that it looked like a 7. So Tommy, he reaches over and touches the money, right? He burnt money because he mistakenly thought that that 5 was a 7. He assumed that I 7'd out, so he thought he won. But in reality, he didn't win anything. So he touched the money, he loses the money. This is automatically my money now, and I will retain the dice. Okay, so one last thing I need to teach you about money management. Don't leave your winnings sitting out. So I don't mean like sitting on the floor. Once you win your money, put it in a nice little pile next to you. It's like everybody has their money in a nice pile next to them. I mean money that was just won, don't leave it sitting out there. So let me show you what it's like to leave your money sitting out there. This is what you don't want to do. So say I get to rolling. Boom, that's a 3. I would have lost that. So I get the dice back. But whoever bet me leaves their money out there and I already start rolling again, and they still don't pick up their money, I'm down to my second roll and they still haven't picked up their money yet, this money becomes my money now. I can take this money back now because they just left their money out there. All right, boom. So let me show you what you don't want to do. So say, for example, I put my money up. Peter Panda wants to match me. He put his money up. I'm the shooter and I get to rolling. So, okay, that's a 5. So my point is a 5. That's a 3. Doesn't mean nothing. That's an 8. Doesn't mean nothing. That's an 11. Doesn't mean nothing. Another 11. Doesn't mean anything. That's a 9. Okay, that's a 7. So I would have lost that. But say, for example, Peter Panda's not paying attention to the money that he just left right there. Those are his winnings. That's what I'm referring to when I'm saying don't leave your winnings just sitting out. So what Peter Panda wants to do is immediately snatch up his winnings as soon as the dice hit and he knows that he won. But if he's not paying attention and he just leaves his winnings out there, that means I'm able to go and take this money back because he's not even paying attention. He's in his own world. He done popped too many perks. You know what I'm saying? He just ain't watching the game. So I'm usually not the type of person to take somebody's money if they leave it out there. But after a certain amount of time, you're just asking for it. So make sure you keep an eye on the game. Make sure to snatch up your winnings immediately. Don't leave them out there.
It ain't nothing like them native foes poking out the side. Jump my deuce up to the sky as I continue to swing real wide. Swing real wide. Swing.